SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
Come see your locally owned and operated Linton Glass for all your glass needs. No matter what glass you need to replace, you can count on Linton Glass. Call us today at 601-835-4336 or find us on the web at lintonglass.com.
You're listening to Sports Talk Mississippi On Demand, presented by Pearl River Resort. Escape to Choctaw, Mississippi and enjoy world-class gaming, the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club, and Geyser Falls Water Park. Escape to Pearl River Resort.
Sports Talk Mississippi is on the air. Sports Talk Mississippi is powered by C-Spire. Power your home or business with C-Spire Fiber. To learn more, visit supertalk.fm/C-Spire. C-Spire Fiber powers SuperTalk Mississippi. To the junction, in the Grove, and to the top. This is Sports Talk Mississippi. On your radio and in the game. Right here on Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome in on this Wednesday, July 8th. We are... So, by the way, Hadad, I didn't know that Dog Days of Summer was an actual indicator of a specific day and time. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
On the podcast last week, I said we're approaching the Dog Days of Summer, and somebody actually me was like, no, we're not in the Dog Days of Summer yet.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's down the road a little bit.
I just thought it was an expression. It feels, from a sports fandom perspective, we are in the Dog Days of Summer, but we're going to have fun today on a Friday for me, anyway. I'll be out the rest of the week until...
This guy.
I know. Until the holidays, though. This is my last... these are my last days off.
I can't say anything.
But your last days off are coming, and then, boom, football season will be here.
I got a day off in October that I'm taking.
Yeah, but, I mean, one day, that's a one-off.
It states bye week. So.
Yeah, okay. Well, even better. That doesn't count. But we're going to have fun today, even though this is, I mean, in terms of sports news...
Yeah.
I'm going to say this with class and intellect. There ain't nothing going on right now. There ain't nothing. We're going to have fun. We've got Hadad's idea from last year that we are tweaking a little bit. It was awesome. You guys loved it. So we're going to do that. In the 4 o'clock hour, we have a very familiar team to get to on the countdown of 100 teams in 100 days. We've got a top 5 to get to. We're spinning off of the end of the show yesterday. I kind of said just out of nowhere, hey, there's not really many position battles that we need to watch for at Ole Miss this training camp. So here they are, your top 5 position battles to watch for at State and for Ole Miss. The Big 12's monster deal is even worse than we thought. I'll give you a stat on that.
I'm excited to hear.
It's brutal.
You know me. I don't like the off the field. But this one has my attention because even I can see that's a bad business deal.
It is brutal. So anyway, all that and more with you on this beautiful, hot, but beautiful Wednesday.
It's a beautiful Wednesday. Perhaps you should take your talents to the Pearl River Resort and book yourself 18 holes of championship-level golf at Dancing Rabbit. Somebody once texted the show and said, hey, if I play the golf, it's not championship level. I'm not talking about your game. I'm talking about the course, guys. The course is championship level. I can't control what you do out there with the sticks. But whatever you like to do, make it a weekend at Pearl River Resort. Have a great time. Eat great food. Relax. Live entertainment. It's all right there for you at pearlriverresort.com. C-Spire text line is open to you at 601-879-4395. This upcoming weekend, it's tax-free weekend, July 10th through 12th, and it's even better at C-Spire. Get the best deals and skip the taxes on any new phone. It's the perfect time to switch or upgrade your device or save even more while you're at it. Plus, you need to check out the latest deals at C-Spire before they're gone, like a free iPhone 17 Pro Max or a free Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra with trade-in. Shop now at cspire.com or visit your local C-Spire store today. C-Spire, customer inspired.
This is going to make you happy.
What you got for me?
Saints training camp begins 3 weeks from tomorrow. 22
the road
days
to the Super Bowl begins. Let's go.
But 22 days until training
not
camp,
far.
3 weeks from tomorrow.
It's going to happen.
And, you know, this is a soapbox that I jump on all the time. The Saints are worth about $8 to $10 billion as a franchise, generally.
Sure.
Not the most valuable in the NFL, but not the least valuable one either.
No.
A multi-billion-dollar team will have 10 open practices for fans in training camp. They will have 10 of them.
That's awesome.
And they're worth billions. Hey, SEC schools, none of you on an annual basis are worth billions. You can have open practices too. You can invite your fans to the facility to watch your team practice for an hour or a couple of hours a few times during training camp. Please open your camps up to your people. I know people at Ole Miss and State and Southern Miss listen to this. You don't have to do all practices. You don't have to reveal the nuclear codes that you have when you're practicing behind closed doors. If the Saints can do it 10 times, you can do it 3. You can have 3 Saturday morning practices where fans can come out and watch, and afterwards they can high-five their favorite players and get autographs and take pictures. Do that. Please do that. All right, anyway, that's really awesome and really exciting. 3 weeks from tomorrow.
I'm 100% in agreement with that. Very rarely do we agree 100%. This one you got me. So
yes,
right.
Sir.
You want to start with this top 5 is what I was told.
Yeah, so I think we should, because we're going to have a busy 4 o'clock hour with your idea, which I absolutely love. It took me longer than I thought it was going to match a grunge-era song with every team in the SEC. Top 5 a little bit easier. The position battles that we need to watch for when training camp comes around in roughly 3 weeks from now. I would guess, closer to 5 for Ole Miss and State than 3?
I mean, we're probably a month away from camp, right?
Probably.
Normally, the week after media days, that weekend, which would be what? The 1st and 2nd? Yeah. The 1st and 2nd, I bet they report there.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're getting close. But when training camp comes around, what are the top 5 position battles at State and Ole Miss that I'll do Ole Miss, you'll do State, obviously, that you are most interested in, that fans should be watching the closest this training camp?
Number 1. We'll start at number 5.
Number 5.
Yeah. Right tackle for Mississippi State. Got to know who that's going to be. I think that with Kamario Taylor, Fluff Bothwell, trying to figure, especially early in the season, as Taylor tries to find his way as a passer, State's going to be very run heavy. So that's a battle that I obviously am going to have. When you got to have a good right tackle if you want to be able to run the football. I think right now the guy in that spot might be Jakeem Shumpert Perkins. Could be Blake Steen, who started the year for Mississippi State last season.
Is he the biggest wild card for State this year?
Steen?
Yeah, and by wild card I mean if he is as good as he can be, he helps a ton, but if he is not, then it's a big problem.
I'm thinking of Always Sunny. Wild card! Yeah, he could. He's a guy that I think State fans may have written off already, but if he comes in and is good, that would be a huge help for Mississippi State. So right tackle, State, I think, is going to be a little run heavy, especially early in the season. That's where I've got my eye on for number 5.
That's a good one. Number 5 for me for Ole Miss, RB2, the second running back, because as I've said many times, and I just believe it to be true for a lot of reasons, I don't think Kewan Lacey's going to be getting fourth quarter touches in blowout games this season, and I also think that it would be better for everybody if he can have somebody in the big games that can give him a breather a time or two. They did not have the depth last season at running back to make that happen anyway, but as you guys know, his offense is great, it works for him. Kiffin does not rotate a whole lot. And I think for better or for worse, they're going to want to give other running backs more snaps this season. Keep tread on the tires, protect his body a little bit, and also have him fresher late in games. He doesn't need to have 500 carries this season. So who is the next guy that they can depend on to spell Kewan Lacey during games? Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Mekhi Frazier? You've heard good things, the Michigan State transfer. Is it going to be Mills Knight, the blue chip that they got out of Baylor in Chattanooga that it was a little raw when he came in? Is he now ready? Is it going to be Dye, the Utah Valley transfer, Southern Utah? What that school in Utah?
One of those Utah people.
Who is it going to be that they can depend on?
What is a Ute?
I think it's Southern Utah because he had 1 billion yards and 1 billion touchdowns on like 8 yards per carry at that level. But who is it going to be? Who can they depend on to get Kejuan Lacey a break during big games and not play him late during the blowout games? That is a very important position that I don't think a lot of people are going to talk about just because Kejuan exists. So that's my number 5.
All right. My number 4, right guard. You see, Mississippi State, I think they're going to run the football a little bit more this season, especially early in the process. And, they've got to be better on the offensive line than they were a season ago. Got a lot of interior lineman transfers coming in L.J. Prudhomme, Mario Nash, DJ Chester, Jamari Freeman, the late transfer coming in from Mercer. One of those guys has got to step up and anchor this position. State has just got to be better on the offensive line. And if you're not watching that, I don't know what to tell you. So State's offensive line, right guard, is my number 4.
Love it. We will keep doing our top 5 when we come back. James in Hattiesburg, by the way, says a lot of the JUCOs, including Jones, started camp this week.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I believe it.
It's July 8th.
That's tough.
That's early, boys.
Got to be hot.
They do start earlier, too, don't they?
They start, JUCO season starts, a couple weeks before the college football. It starts like the week before week 0.
Pretty much.
I think.
So that does track, but boy, it's hot out there for those guys.
I wouldn't want to be doing that.
We'll continue our top 5 from the Pearl River Resort Studio when we come back.
Mississippi. Sports Talk Mississippi.
Do you ever get so excited that you just can't wait?
Sports Talk Mississippi, covering your Mississippi teams.
I've been waiting my whole life for this.
Don't touch that dial. Here on Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back. Michael Borkey, Brian Hadad. One thing I love about that era of music is the random sounds they just put in songs.
Just some random synthesizer. Just boom.
Yeah, it's like, why were you in the studio thinking, let me...
Yeah. You know what this needs?
A person duck, breathing.
A duck quack.
Yeah. All right, whack, top 5.
Whack. Hey, something like that. I see we're on to your number 3 here?
My number 4 here. Okay, yeah. Defensive back. Now, I think you are down to the 2 DBs. I think it's really a competition between 3 guys, although apparently a couple others shined in spring. But your returners, Antonio Kite and Jalen Braxton, and then Jalen Crawford, the stud defensive back that came over from Auburn, only 2 can play at a time. So I think that's... Again, we'll talk to Pete Golding at Media Days and hopefully another time before the season begins. And I'll ask him, and he won't reveal, I'm sure. But there might be more guys in the mix, but those are essentially your big 3 for 2 main spots. Now, he loves to rotate defensively. He likes to play a lot of guys, so all 3 are going to play. But who's going to be the main 2? I think Crawford's going to be one guaranteed, I think, because of his talent pedigree and what he did at Auburn. He was special, but you got 3 guys for 2 spots. So I'm really going to be listening closely for what they say about the defensive back room and who is shining there because, again, 3 for 2. So who are the 2 going to be? I'm really interested to see that at Ole Miss.
All right. My number 3 is center. You see, I think Mississippi...
Are you doing all 5 offensive linemen?
I think Mississippi State, especially early in the season, is going to want to run the football more than they do it. Now, this is the one spot where they have some experience back, right? And that's Cannon Boone coming back. But I just don't think anything's written in stone, nor should it be with this offensive line. They should go into this preseason camp with all 5 positions wide open. So is that where Mario Nash ends up? Is that where DJ Chester could possibly end up? He played Marty on the text line saying not to count on him. I think at LSU he's playing out of position. He's not a tackle. He is an interior offensive lineman. That's where he'll play at Mississippi State, so I think he can be an asset for them there. So Got to figure out the middle that this offensive line. At least here you do have some real experience coming back next year. Cannon Boone, at the very least, is an average SEC center. So if you can get that from there, that's a good start. But number 3 for me is center.
My number 3 is the defensive tackle next to Will Eccles. We know it's going to be Eccles, but who's going to be the other guy that starts on that defensive line? Like I said a second ago, they want to be able to rotate. That was the killer for Ole Miss defensively in the Miami game. They had a front that was good. They didn't have enough playable depth, and they needed that, and they retained a group of guys, all of them from Mississippi, that are maybe not going to start. They didn't start on last year's team. But they need somebody to step up, and they need playable depth. And so is it going to be Borio? I believe is how you say his last name, the big Florida transfer. State fans, unfortunately, know what he is capable of. He had the interception in the Mississippi State game.
Yeah.
But who is it? Jam Brown? Is Jaheim Otis finally ready to take the step that everybody thinks that he is capable of taking? Or is Cam Beavers or Andrew Maddox ready to be the guy that the recruiting profile says that they are? We'll have to see. They need playable depth, but they need a starter too. So who is that guy going to be next to Will Eccles? Because if you have a great defensive lineman, and they have one in Will Eccles, if the other ones aren't capable, he can get doubled and tripled and get rendered useless. But if you have a group of guys on that line that are also demanding of attention, well, then here you go, Will Eccles, you're about to be a first-round pick. So who's that guy going to be? I'm watching that very closely. And then, of course, the depth behind them, because they need to play these guys.
Yeah. My number 2 is left guard. You see, I think early in the season, especially, Mississippi State is going to want to run the football. They also, now we're on the left side of things. We got to protect the quarterback over there. And this is a spot that, again, is going to be wide open. I've already mentioned some of the names in Chester. Is this where Prudhomme fits in? Is this where maybe a guy who's been here for a couple of years and TJ Lockhart could get a position there? Is this where maybe another one of those JUCOs, Saquon Miles, could fit in there? Is this maybe where Blake Steen wants to end up? I'm not sure. It's got to be a wide open competition, and I expect it to be that. If you told me right now to write down my starting 5 offensive linemen, I would have zero confidence in hardly any of it. I feel pretty decent about Cannon Boone in the middle, but the other guys, I could be completely off on the other 4. So left guard is my number 2. When I saw this, I was just like, this is the easiest one. I was so excited to do it.
Wide receiver, and I think, so when I say wide receiver 3, I don't mean the third-string wide receiver. I would be willing, if you asked me to bet today, the 2 leading receivers for Ole Miss are going to be Deuce Alexander and Jonte Cook, if I had to bet right now. But you don't just play 2 wide receivers.
We know it's not going to be.
I think that there's a chance, though, that he is a factor in this and plays a good bet. I like my over. What was the over-under?
15.
Oh, I'm the over's hitting.
Okay, we'll see.
The over's hitting.
I think you're only $1 at the Connerly. That's just me.
But who is going to be the other? Because Cook, I think, will play slot anyway. So who's going to be that third wide receiver? Is it going to be Darryl Gill? Is it going to be Caleb Cunningham? Horatio Fields? Who is that guy going to be? They want to play more than 3, but you need somebody to go out and take that job, I think. Who is that guy going to be? Again, I'm very comfortable, I think, with Alexander and Cook as your 2 guys. Mm-hmm. But you need more than 2.
Right.
So who is the third one going to be? That's something to pay really close attention to. Apparently, Gill in the spring he's the Syracuse transfer, got off to a bit of a slow start, but by the end, he looked like the guy they thought he was going to be when they signed him. So that could be a good sign there. Cunningham got hurt in the spring. He was having a good spring until he got hurt. Not a long-term injury, just one of those, he got banged up a little bit, and it's the spring, so who cares?
Yeah.
Somebody's got to step up, though. I am watching very closely to see who that will be.
My number 1, if you haven't figured it out yet, it's left tackle. You see, for Mississippi State, there's only one position battle that matters, and it's a group. It's the offensive line, and left tackle is the last piece of the puzzle. Obviously, we all know they missed out on Jordan Seaton coming to Mississippi State. But I didn't feel like State was proactive enough the way they recruited that position. You know, they offered Seton, we've heard the rumors of $6 million, right?
So then where'd that $6 million go after he said no?
That's my question, right? And could you have offered whoever the number 2 portal tackle was, a guy like Lance Hurd who went to Kentucky? Clearly, if Lance Hurd goes to Kentucky from Tennessee, he's chasing the bag, right? He's not going there because he feels like he's going to get super developed.
Yeah, Georgia would have taken him in a heartbeat.
He's not. Yeah, he's not going because he's got anything. He wanted money. Could you have given him $3.5 million and then had another $1.5 million to spend elsewhere? I don't know what happened there. I feel like the funds. I feel like they put all their eggs in one basket, and when it didn't cash in, they were just kind of left holding the bag, both figuratively and literally. But this is where, and then you had the Brandon Snee thing happen where you thought you were bringing this guy in from UAB, and then he's not eligible, and he decides he doesn't want to play anymore. So it all went wrong for State there. So they need Miles McVay, possibly, to step up and take this position, if he's going to be the one to do it. Or is that where Shumpert Perkins could end up? Or do they make a real big move and like Blake Steen and move him over to left tackle? I don't know the answer to that. This is the crux of Mississippi State's season, is these 5 guys. They have to just be okay. They don't have to be All-Americans. They don't have to be, Lombardi Award candidates. They just got to be okay.
They can't be bad.
They can't be what they were last year.
Just don't be bad.
Be better than last year. Just be okay. A C+ would get Mississippi State into a lot of wins, I think. So, left tackle, my number 1. In case you missed it, my top 5 in ascending order: right tackle, right guard, center, left guard, left tackle.
Number 1 for Ole Miss is offensive tackle as well. I don't know if it's going to be much of a competition at this point. I think it's going to be Davis, who was at Ole Miss already. He transferred from Maryland, started there, transferred before last season. And then Kinsler, the Miami transfer on the other side. I think those are your tackles. But are they ready? That's the bigger question. They brought in 2 others in the portal. One, we mentioned the Florida transfer. He started playing football in 2023. I hope that you don't need to play him yet. He seems to be another year or 2 away from helping. At least you hope so, unless he's just a superstar. And then Kern, who's already gotten himself into legal trouble, and if you made me bet right now on 2 outcomes, he's starting for Ole Miss come week 1 or he's off the team, I would bet that he's more likely off the team than starting at this point. And you hope he gets it together, but right now, I think those are your 2 tackles. You have very little depth to speak of there. There's been talk about Patrick Kudus maybe sliding out to play tackle some. That can help. He's experienced, but you don't have much depth there.
Okay, that's interesting.
They have a lot of depth on the interior, basically none at tackle. And it's like, those guys better be ready. Kinsler and Davis better be ready, because I think that's what you got right now. That's your top 5. We'll be back in just a bit.
I listen to it at work.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Sports Talk Mississippi on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Did you get that memo?
Yes, sir.
What? Everybody's giving me the looks today. If you listen to tomorrow's Thunder and Lightning podcast, Carlos giving me the look the whole time. I don't know what's going on.
Well, he should not look like that. It's something about his face.
What's going on there?
Hey, how about we get to the countdown of 100 teams in 100 days?
This day is bananas. BANANAS. This day is bananas.
100 teams in 100 days.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go! It's the final countdown.
Team number 52 on the countdown of 100 teams in 100 days. We go to the SEC in the house that Michael Van Buren built. Ha!
What?
I'm having fun with those, by the way. Mississippi State, team number 52.
You could have picked. That guy actively knocked the house down. What are we talking about?
The Mississippi State Bulldogs, they play at Davis Wade Stadium. You guys knew that already, obviously.
You should. You listen to this show.
61,337. Who counted those, by the way? Somebody had to sit there and count all those to get to that exact number. But again, you guys are very familiar with that already. Jeff Lebby enters year 3, and year 3 as a head coach overall. You guys know him already. He was at Ole Miss under Lane Kiffin for a couple of years. He also spent a couple of years at Oklahoma, his alma mater. Before that, he was at before Ole Miss, he was at UCF. He got a little run as the OC at Southeastern, and he was at Baylor for a long time, from 2008 to 2016 as the offensive quality control coach, I believe is what OQC is. Then running backs coach, then passing game coordinator and running backs coach. He is obviously from the Briles tree, and that is also his father-in-law. So not only is he from the tree, but he literally is from the family now as well. First couple of years, not gone as he would hope as a head coach. 2-10 in year 1, 0-8 in the SEC, 5-8 last season, 1-7 in the SEC. So as you guys know and you're keeping score at home, he is 1-15 in league play so far as head coach at Mississippi State. Last year got started off with a bang. They beat Southern Miss rather comfortably in Hattiesburg to open the season. Then they beat Arizona State. You have the big touchdown there, basically at the death, as the soccer fans say.
Yes, very good.
Arizona State had a couple of chances, but not really after that touchdown. That touchdown ended the game. Field gets stormed. Arizona State was ranked at that time. You had the Dillingham Hotel thing, and fans were back. They were locked in. It's go time now. They turn around and beat Alcorn by a bunch. They beat Northern Illinois. It was a little weird at first in that game, and then they ended up pulling away nicely, setting up a huge home matchup. Undefeated Mississippi State welcoming in Tennessee. Vol fans everywhere, especially on the road side of the stadium. Mississippi State plays well. They go to overtime, just not enough in that game. And the way that game was handled has been litigated over and over. I'm sure we'll get to that at some point again here as well. Then they go to Kyle Field a week later. I don't have a great memory of that game. I know I watched it. I don't remember it very well. They just got beat that day. Had an off week. They went to Florida. And that's just another one of those losses. You just can't lose.
You know the opening of the song One, where the helicopters and the machine gun? That's me when you bring up the Florida game. I just give that 1,000-yard stare.
And then they host Texas. They have a big lead entering the fourth quarter. Texas gets a big special teams play. That game goes to overtime. Texas wins in overtime. And that was when the scrutiny really started on Jeff Lebby's game management in particular. Texas has one of the most talented teams in all of college football. It's not like we talked about yesterday with the soccer team. It's not that you lost. It's how you lost that made that game hard to fathom. Then they go to Arkansas. They get a win. Kamario Taylor, the hero in that game. And Jeff Lebby gets his first SEC win. Then they host Georgia, a tall task. They get beat by a few scores in that game. Then they go to Missouri. They get beat by a few scores in that game as well. Have an off week. Egg Bowl comes. It's weird. There's drama. A jersey stolen, allegedly. And get beat badly in that one. Get the opportunity because of opt-outs to play in a bowl game. They go to the Duke's Mayo Bowl in Charlotte to face Wake Forest. Get beat kind of badly in that one as well. So an unceremonious end to a season that had such a promising start for Jeff Lebby in 2025. I don't know if high expectations necessarily are there, but high demand. And, well, high's not even the right word. A demand of forward progress for Jeff Lebby.
It's an interesting conundrum. It's like I don't think State fans are expecting to win 9 or 10 games or anything like that, but they are expecting Jeff Lebby to deliver this year. So, I don't know exactly how that all jives together, but that's where they are.
Just a fascinating start to the season. They open with ULM, and that should be a walkthrough for Mississippi State. And then the challenge comes. They go to Minnesota. At the present, Mississippi State's the favorite in that game, depending on the book you look at, by the way. Yeah. Some have them a touchdown plus the hook as a favorite at Minnesota.
All right.
Then they go to South Carolina in week 3. Those are two difficult. It's never easy to go on the road. Williams-Brice in particular, a very difficult place to play. But those are two winnable games against opponents that you should have the same talent playing as. In fact, I think State should be more talented than Minnesota in particular. Huge opportunities for Jeff Lebby. Then they host Missouri and Alabama in back-to-back weeks before the bye week. Then they go to Baton Rouge, host Oklahoma, and go to Texas in consecutive weeks. That is a difficult stretch of games right there. They get Vanderbilt, Auburn, and Tennessee Tech in 3 consecutive home games before that road test at Ole Miss on Black Friday morning. A lot of pressure on Jeff Lebby. Shane Beamer probably has the hottest seat in the SEC.
That's probably fair.
Jeff Lebby might very well be number 2.
Yeah, that's very fair at this point when you consider new coaches and everything else. Yeah, Lebby. And we've talked about it before. From a national perspective, I don't think Lebby's on much of a hot seat. But in the state, he is. The national perspective is this guy went from 2 wins to 5 wins, and he's got this great young quarterback. They're going to be better. They'll be fine. Just let him keep building. And those of us who watch every game know they're like, need to do something this year. So we'll see how that all pans out. You know, we're not going to delve too long into a Mississippi State preview here in this 3 minutes we have left here, where we've got all summer for that. Here's what we're going to do. I didn't need to open TripAdvisor, as you might have guessed.
What did TripAdvisor say, though? I am curious.
Didn't even look. Don't care.
I kind of want to know, though.
I'll look in the break, but
it's going to be something dumb, like
probably
McDonald's or something.
Yeah. So I'll give you a full day of eating here in Starkville. We'll go breakfast, lunch, dinner. We'll get a snack too. We're going to go. We're start today at Bluto. People are going to say Starkville Cafe. I like Starkville Cafe. It's tradition, but the breakfast at Bluto's is better. Get a strawberry waffle. And my favorite breakfast side, other than bacon, waffle hash browns. They take potatoes, put them in the waffle iron, nice and crispy on all edges. I don't know what the seasoning is to put on them, but it's really, really good. So breakfast there. For lunch, we're going to go see my friends over at Two Brothers. We're going to get some wings, some tacos, some pork rind nachos. We might get a sandwich. We can get all that. We're going to have a big lunch, right? Then for dinner, we're just going right across the way there. Underrated spot for dinner is the Older Brother. They got steaks, pasta. I ate there for lunch or for dinner a few weeks ago with the wife, and it's outstanding. Really, really good. But there's, we can get a snack wherever you want. I would suggest going to maybe see my friends over at Dolce and getting a little gelato during the day, or maybe where would I go for a snack? Maybe go over to Strange Brew and pick up a big old chocolate chip cookie. I love their chocolate chip cookies. I eat them pretty often. So. If you need to eat in Starkville, you don't need to hit up TripAdvisor. You need to hit up Hadad Advisor. I'll be happy to tell you where you should eat in Mississippi's, in the nation's best small town. And that's not just me saying it. That's USA Today.
Did you see what USA Today wrote the other day about the United States soccer team? I don't know.
I can't help. Those are the bad USA Today writers.
I'm kidding.
The good USA Today writers.
I'm kidding. So, yes, team number 52, Mississippi State.
So back-to-back SEC. I can't believe Arkansas is ahead of State and Kentucky. There's no way. I'm not buying that for 1 second.
I think you're going to like my Arkansas pick for the music thing coming up later.
I think you're going to like mine, too.
I think you're going to like my LSU one, too.
I'll be surprised if you know mine.
Well, mine's a very famous song, so then no, we don't have the same one.
We don't have the same song. So what we're talking about, in case you missed it, starting at the top of the 4 o'clock hour. Last year, we brought you a whole lot of SEC preview with Led Zeppelin. This year, it smells like SEC preview. By the way, next year, we're doing gangster rap.
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
East Coast, West Coast. That's what we're doing next year. So we're going to preview each and every SEC team through the lens of the hits, the best songs, our favorite songs of the grunge era. So we're going to do that at the top of the 4 o'clock hour. But when we come back, we'll get you set up for that. Sports Talk Mississippi with you here on a Wednesday.
Get over it!
In the city.
Can you feel it? Can you hear it?
Sports Talk Mississippi.
Yeah!
On Super Talk Mississippi.
Someone on the C Spire text line asked, we're not going to tell them Hadad and Borkey sent you? Guys, at those restaurants, they know that we sent you. They know that they are aware that I sent. They're fully aware. Somebody comes in, they're like, I heard about this on the radio. They know who sent them.
Yeah, they do. So. Last mention of the World Cup from the United States perspective from me. But I thought this was cool. I want to share this with you guys.
It's funny you say that.
I'll probably bring it up again maybe.
Well, no, I'm saying tomorrow on Sports Talk Mississippi, I've got an interview lined up with Coach James Beatty from Northwest Community College. He was actually at the World Cup to see his home country of Scotland when they kicked off the World Cup in New York, I believe. So I want to talk to him about that. But we're going to talk about the World Cup outside of the American perspective tomorrow.
Flo Balogun, he obviously got a lot of attention.
Your guy.
He is now my guy. He released a statement today. I think the only player that has said anything like this yet. Now, keep in mind, he is somebody that was born in America but was not raised in America. He chose to represent the United States, but was not raised here. He chose this life, right? Here's what he said. My debut World Cup. It hurts to wait 4 years to compete at the highest level our sport has to offer. I want to say sorry to our fans. It was not good enough when it mattered most, and we let you down. Soccer in America will only become bigger. The belief, the talent, and the passion is continually growing, and I know the best days are in front of us. The future belongs to those who never stop believing. This moment will fuel us. We will be back. Why not us? For the nation, for the flag. American flag emoji, bald eagle emoji, and he signs it B, is what he signed it with. This guy rules. This is all fans need to attach to a guy, is something like this. Hey, guys, it was not his fault that they lost the way they did, anywhere close to it. We came up short. I'm really sorry, but stick with us. We'll be back. I love you. I love the country. I love the flag. Let's go. This guy's awesome. He's my new favorite player with the way he's handled all of this going through this. And I don't know what we did to deserve a guy with that mentality, but I'm glad we got him.
Well, there's two sides to this. Is A, everyone on the team should have that mentality.
Yes.
But B, can he carry that mentality in? You know, it's one thing to do that after the game. Is that going to be the mentality in 4 years? You know,
from him, I trust him to carry that.
Well, then that's what we're going to have.
So yeah, good stuff there. I love that. Apparently a late bloomer. I read a profile about him today that he plays in, what is it, Ligue 1 or Ligue 1 in France.
Ligue 1.
That he's a bit of a late bloomer in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did the academy stuff in England and all those things, but he's now finally rounding into form.
Who's this kid at Manchester City? Cavan?
Which one?
He's in the academy there.
Yeah,
he's like 15. What's
Doesn't
his name?
he look awesome?
I haven't seen anything of him. I've been hearing about it. Cavan, is that his name?
I think so.
Cavan or Kevin? I don't know. Cavan, I know is correct.
We'll call it Cavan.
Cavan. All right. He's the guy they think can be like the actual. Remember, are you old enough to remember Freddie Adu?
I do remember Freddie Adu.
And he was going to be this like game-changing talent for the United States.
He flamed out.
It never happened for him there. And so this is the next guy. And if I say the next guy, he'll be the first guy. If he can, so he'll be 19 at the next World Cup. There have been plenty of players who have made their debuts at that age, and the elite ones have done things at that age.
Mm-hmm. So a couple of questions, fair questions. Michael, what do you mean that, he could have chosen to play somewhere else? Hey, I had dual citizenship. He was born in the United States, but also had citizenship at England, and I also think one other country. He could have chosen an African nation.
There's an African country, yeah. I forget which one it is, but you're correct.
And so if you're a dual national, you can choose where you want to play and who you want to represent. Ricardo Pepi, for example, he was born in El Paso to a Mexican family, and he chose to play for the United States instead of for Mexico, and he had really good quotes about why he chose the U.S. too, but... Yeah, that's how you can pull that off. Is he was born here, but also has citizenship elsewhere, so it comes down to a choice. But anyway, I'm with you though. Why isn't this the energy from everybody? But at least we got one.
Yeah, if only get one, that's fine. But goodness gracious, everybody should be issuing statements.
And it's the guy that has spent the least time here.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is wrong with us? No, really good stuff though. I will be buying a jersey for my little man of his because he keeps doing that celebration. He keeps doing the celebration.
The silencer?
Yeah, James keeps walking around the house doing the silencer. It's like, well, I guess a Monaco jersey's in order, I suppose. Yeah. All right, when we come back, Hadad's idea of brilliance. We assigned a song from the grunge era to every team in the SEC to preview that team. I spent a lot of time on this. I know he did as well. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. So after the news, here is your, what'd you call it? Smells like
SEC preview.
Heck yeah.
Down, 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 down.
We'll be back after the news with your Smells Like SEC preview.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
This is Sports Talk Mississippi, right here on Super Talk Mississippi.
You should have planned the bumper music a little better here.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is. Sports Talk Mississippi. I'm Brian Hadad. He's Michael Borkey. We're in the Pearl River Resort Studios, and you can join the show on the C Spire text line. 601-879-4395. The weekend, we're halfway there, guys, which means we're already, I know some of you already walked out today, you're getting in the car, you're looking at the yard and going, gonna have to get out there this weekend. You know, maybe you let it go on July 4th. You can't let it go on July 10th, July 11th. That can't happen. So, the question we always ask, are you working in your yard or is your yard working you? If the answer is the latter, you need to go see my friends right now at Ag Up. Doesn't matter how big your yard is. If you're looking for a John Deere zero turn for those normal homes, or if you got a huge tract of land, maybe a John Deere compact tractor. They've got 0% financing on those right now, all 1 through 4 series models. You can be a first-time landowner. You could be doing this for 50, 60 years, and it's just time to trade up. Ag Up's team has the right machine for your budget, for your property, and for you. Go by and see them today. There's 15 locations. So that means there's one local to you. Or you can just go to agup.com. Ag Up equipment and John Deere, built for what's next. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Michael Borkey.
All right, explain it from as if nobody's ever heard the idea.
We did this last year with Led Zeppelin. We're like, let's go through all 16 teams and pick a song that you think fits what you think of this team or you know, whatever it is for all 16 SEC teams. So last year we did Led Zeppelin. Really, to me, the only band whose catalog I think we can make it work with. Just one band, right? So a couple weeks ago, I was like, do you want to do grunge or do you want to do hair metal? And I said, we were both in agreement that grunge would probably suit it better. So starting, about 92, I guess, or so, the Seattle scene, here it is. It smells like SEC preview. We're going to go alphabetically, but we'll save State and Ole Miss for last.
Okay. What was your rationale, by the way? Because each selection of mine is a little bit different. Some of them, the titles mean something. The meaning of the song means something.
It's more about the title, but you'll see.
Okay. All right. So you fire away. Alabama.
Well, with Alabama, you don't ever want to be the guy after the guy. You don't want to be the coach that is the one that's right after the legend. You want to let that breathe a little bit, right? What I'm trying to say is, don't follow. Alabama's song is Don't Follow by Alice in Chains. Just simple as that, Kalen. You made that mistake. You followed the legend, and my guess is your 27 wins or 28 wins in 3 years aren't going to be enough to keep you employed for much longer. So don't follow Alice in Chains. That's the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Okay, I'm with you there. This is more of a title, but I guess the song applies as well.
Okay.
Pearl Jam's Rear View Mirror for Alabama.
That's a good choice. Yes, that's good.
Because by season's end, all Alabama fans will be doing is looking back on the good times they used to have watching football. And the thing is, they're probably going to be good. They have good players. DeBoer's a good coach. They're going to be good. But those people will not accept good. Even though, without Nick Saban, it's all they are. So they'll be looking back in the rearview mirror.
All right. Let's do a little snake draft.
Okay. Arkansas, Nirvana's Something in the Way.
That shows up later on mine.
Because that song is a horrible listen. I know it's iconic.
It's so sad.
It is it's sad and it's
the lyrics are incredible. Basically it's about a guy who's trapped under a bridge, who's like dying.
Yeah.
And the animals around him are dying, but he eats the fish because they don't have any feelings.
The fish don't have feelings.
Yeah.
Everything is awful.
Yeah.
The song itself is a pain to listen to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why people choose to listen to that song more than once. Like, I've heard it, and I'm good after
if you're
that.
in a bad mood, it's a good song.
I guess.
Yeah.
But that is Arkansas football in 2026 and over the last decade. It's just sad, depressing, hard to watch, no hope for the future, something in the way.
We're on the same page. We have the same thought process here of Arkansas and what's happened to them over basically the past decade. Since Petrino, I guess now that's been his last season was 2011. That's how long it's been since Arkansas was one of the best teams. It's been some tough times from Arkansas since then. You could say they fell on black days. That's my song for Arkansas. Fell on Black Days by Soundgarden. If that doesn't sum up Arkansas football in the year of our Lord 2026, nothing does. So,
okay.
Shout out to Soundgarden. Fell on Black Days. For Auburn, Matt Mitchell, the guy who does a bunch of YouTube content? He does the Little Debbie stuff. He's a bald guy with a beard.
I don't know. I don't think so.
You would know him if you saw him.
Okay.
He does the SEC roll call every week.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
He did a thing the other day where he described the Auburn Tigers as the most miserable fan base in the SEC. And I'm in complete agreement with this one. Auburn fans, they are just miserable people. All they want is Alabama to suffer. They are never in a good mood. They're only happy when it rains. So that's my choice for the Auburn Tigers. Only happy when it rains by Garbage is what I went with here. They are miserable people. They hate everything.
Appropriate band name there, too.
Exactly. So, yes, that's my choice for the Auburn Tigers. What did you go with?
Soundgarden's Black Hole Sun for Auburn, because the song itself was a huge hit.
Yeah.
It's very popular.
Still is, yeah.
Auburn, from the outside looking in, looks good. The uniforms even look good. And they've got Cam Newton, and they've got all these big moments, and they've got Jordan Hare, and they've got the War Eagle. And
yeah.
Auburn's got a lot of good stuff going for it. And Black Hole Sun, if you don't actually listen to the song, if you just hear it, you're like, oh, this is good. Just like Auburn, if you don't dig into Auburn and you just look at it, it looks good. And then you dig into the song, and it's very depressing.
It's quite depressing.
It's very sad. It's internally, it is horrible. Externally, it looks good.
Okay.
Auburn, internally, even with a new coach, it's not good.
Right.
But externally, Auburn football sounds good. Black Hole Sun.
All right. Snake drafted here for Florida.
1979 by Smashing Pumpkins. I have for Florida. This is my first positive one of the day so far. I've got a couple more, but 1979 by the Smashing Pumpkins is a song about the transition from being a teenager to being an adult, and kind of looking back on the good days, and you're in this in-between period and looking forward to being an adult. I think that's where Florida is right now. Their better days are behind them, and this year might not be super exciting. It's a transition year, but they are growing up. And I think Florida football 2 years from now is going to be back to what we think Florida football is going to be. So they're in that in-between period, transitioning from teenager to adult, just like Smashing Pumpkins' 1979, a song about the transition from going from a teenager to becoming an adult.
All right, I like that because we're on the same page. So Florida has been down basically the past decade. Mon got him up a little bit. But by and large, they have not been. The program's been dead. So what are they now? They're alive by Pearl Jam.
There you go.
Is my Florida choice. That's what Florida fans are saying right now. They're saying we're still alive. I'm a big believer in John Sumrall. I have bought completely in. I think he's a winner. I think he's going to get that program starting this year. They will be not on playoff contention, but like that team that late in the season you don't want to be playing. And then by next year, I expect them to be back in the college football playoff. Florida is alive.
All right.
By
By the way, don't read about why he wrote that song.
Okay.
It'll make you very sad.
Well, the lyrics kind of give it away. So.
It's really sad.
Well, yeah, that's true about a lot of these songs. So for Georgia, who has a better relationship with their coach than Georgia does? I mean, Georgia has players. I thought about trying to find a Fast Cars would have been a grunge song. That would have been the choice.
Yeah.
But they love Kirby Smart. He can shove an opposing player. Nobody says anything. His players get arrested. Nobody cares. Everybody is fully bought in and on board with Kirby Smart. There's a state of love and trust between the fans and Kirby Smart. So Pearl Jam's state of love and trust. Georgia fans, they trust Kirby Smart. They know they're going to be winners.
That's a really good pick. So we will pick up with Georgia for me, and then we're skipping State and Ole Miss until the end. Right. We're going to say that for the end, so we'll come back with Georgia. When guests appear on the show, by the way, they do so on the Farm Bureau guest line. Check out favorites.com and go with the home team, Mississippi Farm Bureau. Hey, text us your suggestions, by the way. We got this one. This SEC Team Grunge Song segment is awesome. Somebody says that we should do Rooster for South Carolina. No, I refused.
I went out of my way to not pick Rooster for them.
That's also an awesome song. And
I love it. I love that song, but that's not the choice.
We'll continue on with this when we come back. 601-879-4395, the C Spire text line. You want to be a part of the show? That is how you do it. We'll be back here shortly with Smells Like SEC Preview.
What's happening? What the heck are you doing?
Sports Talk Mississippi on your radio and in the game. Sports Talk Mississippi.
Back on Sports Talk Mississippi. We're having some fun. It's Borkey's Friday, so he gets to have a little fun on the way out the door. We are doing our SEC Preview musical edition. Last year was Led Zeppelin. This year it's the grunge era. And when we left off, Borkey was going to give us his song for the Georgia Bulldogs.
I chose Alice in Chains' Rooster for Georgia. Nothing to do with the title, but it's a song that he wrote about his dad who was in Vietnam and was so prolific as a soldier, the enemy called him the Rooster for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So that's what the song's about. It is an awesome song about a really awesome dude, and it hits hard. And even though Georgia has lost a step a little bit in this era, Kirby Smart admittedly says that nobody can build the depth that he used to be able to build. Georgia's solid. They're going to be tough. They're going to be one of the best teams in the country again. That's Rooster. Great song, solid. Anybody that knows it, loves it. Not that you guys love Georgia, but you know what they're going to be. They're going to be tough, physical, and awesome this year.
Yeah.
That's Rooster.
All right. Who do you got for LSU?
You skipped one if you're doing alphabetical order.
I did. Yeah, who do you got for Kentucky? My bad.
So this is an interesting one. Lightning Crashes by Live. I don't know if that's necessarily
maybe
grunge.
The only song in the history of the world that has the word placenta in it.
That is true. It is a song about death and birth happening simultaneously in a hospital is what it's about. Kentucky football's dead. It's dead. Mark Stoops had a nice little run there, and then it just became a non-factor and has disappeared off the map. Now you got this young guy coming in, the baby in Will Stein, that is going to breathe new life back into Kentucky football. I don't think they're going to win 10 games or whatever this year, but I think they're going to look different in terms of style and the way they approach things and the way they recruit and the way they act. So Mark Stoops was the death. Young Will Stein is the life. Lightning crashes.
You went deep.
I went deep on that one.
I like that. So Kentucky, we've got first-time head coach. Never been a head coach before. Super young. We've got a first-time starting quarterback. We got a lot of new faces. And we have the questions about Kentucky, like, in this NIL era, are they really willing to commit to football, or do they want to put it all in basketball? A lot of questions. Kentucky is the super unknown by Soundgarden. I don't know anything. I don't know what to think about Kentucky. I don't know what what they're going to be under Stein. I don't have any real good feel for the Wildcats, whatever. They are the super unknown. So I'll go back to the Soundgarden well there with that one. For LSU, okay, this is one of the deeper cuts. I have a few deep cuts. This is one of them. They are in a state of bliss right now, right? They got the coach they want. They spent $40 million. They got Levitt. They got Jordan Seaton. They got Uman Mielen. They got everything they want, right? What I would say for LSU,
they didn't get everything they wanted.
Well, they got most everything they wanted. We'll talk about
not
that.
Not even most everything.
We'll talk about that a little later in the show. So LSU fans are happy right now. They're happy, right? So I went with "This Is Shangri-La" by Mother Love Bone.
I don't think I've ever heard that song.
Have you ever heard of Mother Love Bone?
I don't think so.
They are the forebearers of Pearl Jam.
Okay.
Like their lead singer passed away, and they became Pearl Jam, basically. Like Jeff Ament and I think McCready and the drummer at the time became they joined up with Eddie Vedder at that point. So yeah, they are they are like the one of the true godfathers of grunge rock.
Okay.
This Is Shangri-La by Mother Love Bone is my choice.
Thanks for the correction on the text line. Wasn't his dad, it was his uncle about Rooster. I thought it was his dad. I'm clearly wrong. For LSU, Smells Like Teen Spirit, because that is a good song by a good band. Lane Kiffin is a good coach. That song is about teenagers and the way that they act and it being annoying, and Lane Kiffin is a teenager and the way that he acts is annoying. Good song, good band, good coach, acts like a teenager, smells like teen spirit, LSU.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What's your pick for Missouri?
That's pretty good, though, right?
I like that. Yeah, I'm laughing.
Yeah. Love Batteries Out of Focus.
I don't know that one.
For Missouri. It's a good song, but it's more just like a play on the title. When people talk about playoff teams in the SEC this offseason, nobody mentions Missouri, and almost like nobody ever really mentions Missouri anyway. They're kind of out there, out of focus. But Drinkwitz has done a good job. They've been solid and stable. I don't know if this year's team's going to be a playoff team or not, but Missouri just kind of floats out there in the middle of nowhere, out of focus, and yet, they're pretty darn good, just like this song.
I've never heard this song. What is the name of it again?
Out of Focus, Love Battery.
All right, that'll be something I'll put that in the on the Spotify when I go home. For Missouri, they are the team that has been the closest to the playoff from the SEC that has not been able to make it yet, right? Like, these last 2 years, LSU has not really been close. State hasn't been close. Vandy was close this year, but they weren't. Both years, Missouri has been in the playoff discussion right up until the end, right? So I went with Hunger Strike by Temple of the Dog. They are the team that's hungriest to make the playoffs. They're the one who hasn't made this yet. So, plus, they're an odd. Maybe they're in a little bit of an odd combination. You wouldn't expect to have two lead singers. Can Simmons and Hardy and those guys, can they coexist? They did for Temple of the Dog. We'll go with, let's see with that. So hunger strike for the Missouri Tigers. Okay, for Oklahoma, I went with something in the way because Oklahoma they just can't get past the hump, whatever the hump is. Oklahoma hasn't won a national title since the year the year 2000. They've had a lot of playoff teams, but for whatever reason, they can never just get over the hump. There is something in the way. It's been Texas in some years, it's been Alabama in some years, it's been LSU in some years, it's been whoever. It's been their own selves in some years. They can't get over the hump. Something is in the way for Oklahoma.
Like that. I chose Soundgarden's Outshine.
Yeah.
By Oklahoma. Good song, good band, good program, good team. There's just something missing. There's something missing with Oklahoma. I don't know what it is because when you look on the surface, I mean, they should win. They have all the bones. They have a dedicated fan base. They have financial resources. They have history. They get good players, and yet they're just not on the same tier as their biggest rival in Texas or the best programs in their new league, the SEC.
Yeah.
They are constantly being outshined.
Okay. What do you got for South Carolina?
A song called Feel the Pain by Dinosaur Jr.
Yes! It's a good one.
I think the song sucks, too.
Really?
I don't like
that song.
So this,
the music video is iconic. Have you ever watched it?
I have seen it, yes.
Where they're just playing golf in the city? That's right up your alley.
Yeah, because it's a song that gets a lot of credit for being great. Mm-hmm. And it gets on a lot of lists. You Google top grunge songs, and it's up there.
Yeah.
But to me, it's a disappointment. I don't understand.
I think this is because you don't like South Carolina.
Well, that's true. But I don't like this team, and I like Shane Beamer personally. I don't like the program that he runs. So they're going to feel the pain this season, and it's kind of a double meaning because I think the song is bad and everybody else likes it. In South Carolina, here we are again. Oh, look out for South Carolina. They're going to disappoint again.
See, I think their fans know that they're going to disappoint again. I don't think their fans have a lot of faith in Beamer. I think people believe that. I think if you're a South Carolina fan right now, you're not in a good spot, right? You're looking around in Georgia, you know what they are. Clemson, they know Clemson is a year away from a new head coach, and they're probably going to get right back on top. Florida is good. Tennessee is good. South Carolina fans, what are you feeling right now? It's the big empty. Stone Temple Pilots. I went with big empty for South Carolina fans. They have nothing right now. All they have is women's basketball. That's the life of a South Carolina fan right now. Is all you've got is Dawn Staley. So Big empty by Stone Temple Pilots is mine. For Tennessee, I feel like Tennessee is a team in. Do I have time? We got time? Yeah. Tennessee is a team in flux right now. They had the playoff run the first year. Nico leaving threw everything into flux for them. Now they're talking about probably going to start a true freshman this year. This is not the year for them. Maybe next year, maybe down the road, Heupel gets them back into the college football playoff. Right now it's about In the Meantime by Helmet is my choice for them. Tennessee is In the Meantime right now. They're not going to be great. They're not going to be bad. They're just in the meantime. That's where we're going to go with that one. So when we come back, Borkey will go again with the Tennessee Volunteers, and then we'll try to wrap everything up. We've got Tennessee, Texas, Texas A&M, Vandy, and, of course, State and Ole Miss to get through here on our Smells Like SEC preview, a tribute to the grunge era. That's my era of music, to be more than honest with you. So we'll do that when we come back. We'll get Borkey's take on Tennessee. I don't know if you can play. I don't know if Pearl Jam ever covered Rocky Top, but maybe we'll find out. If
that would be an interesting one.
That would be. Listen, I can't do it. Anyway, back in just a minute here on Sports Talk Mississippi.
From thesebro.com, let's go to the junction, in the grove, and to the top. Don't hurt yourself. Sports Talk Mississippi on SuperTalk Mississippi.
All right, let's get back into it. Smells Like SEC preview. The conference through the grunge era, Borkey owes us his Tennessee selection.
Tennessee is going to be drowned by Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh, nice. Okay, I like that song.
It is a song, a good song, but a song about somebody that cannot let go of the past, and they are unable to, and it's specifically about a woman, and he is unable to move forward with new relationships because he's so stuck in the past. Tennessee is not able to move forward with their new reality because they're stuck thinking that they are what they were back when I was 7 years old. So Tennessee football going to disappoint again, but they're not accepting of it because they're stuck in the Fulmer era.
All right. Is Texas or Texas A&M alphabetically next?
I believe it's Texas, and this is a simple one. Allison Chains' No Excuses. Texas has absolutely
that's a great choice.
No excuses this season, and really as a program. The fact that they ever have bad seasons is almost hard to do. It takes a more difficult coaching job to lose at Texas than to win. With all the resources they have and the brand power, this team in particular. Arch has been there for a few years now. You've got all the talent in the world, all the money in the world. They gave Sark everything. Buddy, no excuses to not be a national championship contender for Texas.
All right. I'm along the same lines here. I mean, say what you want. Sark has been really successful, but he's got to get back in the playoff this year. So, it's a simple question. Sark is asking everybody, but the answer is simple as two. The question is, what do I have to do by stabbing westward? Oh, yeah. That's a deep one. I don't think you're a big stabbing westward fan, are you, Borkey?
No, I'm not.
No, I believe they had 2 songs. This is one of them. But I just thought that was the question that Sark, what do I have to do? Well, Sark, you got to go to the playoffs. Simple as that. You got to get Arch Manning into the playoffs. You got to compete for the national title. That's the answer to that question. What do I have to do by stabbing westward? For Texas A&M, I had a little fun. The lyrics of this song really sum up what Texas A&M is. The Cult was not a grunge band, so we couldn't go with them. I went with Self-Esteem by The Offspring.
Nice. Great call.
They got no self-esteem. They are I've said it many times, I feel like in the world of little brother rivalries, A&M is the littlest. They can't beat them. They cannot beat Texas. Every time Texas comes up with a chance to put them in their place, they take advantage of it. No self-esteem for the Aggies. I went with that one.
Mine for Texas A&M is Screaming Trees' Dollar Bill. Now, the song itself isn't really about money, but It's called Dollar Bill, so I went with it. And to me, that's another one of those songs that people like that I don't. I don't like that song. It's not good to me. So they have money, but they disappoint with it. So Texas A&M, all the money in the world.
All right.
They're going to be good, but not great. And that's that song in a nutshell.
I am surprised that you went with the Screaming Trees. They're showing up on my countdown later.
Uh-oh.
So, what do you have for Vandy?
Okay, so this one's going to be a little odd. Let me explain myself. Weezer's Say It Ain't So.
I see where you're going.
And I went with that one because it's not necessarily a grunge song anyway. So
it's in the grunge era, though.
It's in that era, but they don't fit with the likes of Georgia and Texas. They're a little bit different. It's a good song. People know it, but it's not a great song. And I think that's where Vanderbilt football is going to be. They're not going to fit with Georgia. They never will. They're not going to fit with Texas. They never will. They're going to be a little bit different. But I think they're going to have an enjoyable, lesser football product under Clark Lee. That's the sweet spot for Vanderbilt football. So I like Weezer okay. I think they're fine. This is a good song of theirs. It's okay. It's fine. That's going to be Vanderbilt. They're going to be okay. They're going to be fine.
Okay.
But they're a step below what the SEC is.
Okay. For me, Vandy this year is all about one thing. They got to replace Diego Pavia. They're going to try to convince us that they've done that, with this true freshman. They're going to try to convince us that, it's really Clark Lee's program. It's not Pavia so much. So I went with Better Man by Pearl Jam on this one. I went with, they're going to try to lie and tell us that they can't find a better man. We'll find out. We're going to find out. I don't have a whole lot of high hopes for the Vanderbilt Commodores. I didn't last year either, so we'll see how that goes. But Better Man by Pearl Jam. All right, so last year we went Ole Miss, then State. Let's switch it up this year. We'll do State first. So for me, not that I'm trying to use this as an excuse, but Mike Leach passing away State has not recovered from that. They have not recovered from it. And I don't know what Leach's program would have looked like the last 3 years, but I don't think it would have gone 5-7, 2-10, 5-8. I just don't think. Mike Leach was a winner. I don't think he would have stopped winning. And so what I went with was Far Behind by Candlebox. The song is actually written about, we were talking about Mother Loafbone earlier, it's written about the death of their lead singer, Andrew Wood. And so I think that State obviously is kind of far behind right now, and I think that the message of that song it applies to Mississippi State in this situation. So that's what I went with. Candlebox is Far Behind.
For me, Stone Temple Pilots is Big Empty, and here's the reason why. When you look up the definition of the song, it says it portrays themes of emotional detachment, disillusionment, and the exhausting cycle of a dying relationship.
Oh. Well, that's why I went with it for South Carolina, I guess.
But that is how State, going into the season, State, yeah. I mean, we know about the season ticket sale numbers and stuff like that. There's a detachment right now that the average State fan has with their football program, but it's a good band, and it's a good song, and it doesn't have to stay that way forever.
Yeah.
But that is how fans are currently feeling about the state of their program.
All right. What's your pick for Ole Miss?
Soundgarden's Super Unknown.
Oh, so brought it back. All right.
Yeah, one that you used earlier. Soundgarden, good band.
Great band.
Good song. A lot of the bones there are really, really good. Really good roster, etc. But this is Pete Golding's program. I know he's coached 3 games, but this is his program now, his staff, his offensive coordinator, his thing. And we don't yet know what that's going to look like. So I went with Super Unknown.
All right. I wanted to go with a song that's not grunge. I wanted to go with Since I Don't Have You, but that's Guns N' Roses, not a grunge band. So I was on the same page here, though. The biggest story of the offseason for Ole Miss was Trinidad Chambliss, right? And how they had to, they had to go get Judge,
they had to go find a judge,
Ernestine the third to do that. But there may have been a moment for Ole Miss fans where they were like, "Are we going to have Trinidad Chambliss next year?" So I went with "Nearly Lost You" by the Screaming Trees.
There you go.
That's what I went with. There was a moment where they were like, we are going to get him, aren't we? Yes, you are always going to have him. Nearly Lost You by the Screaming Trees is my pick for the Ole Miss Rebels. Some of you guys asking, will we put these on Spotify? I will. I'll put mine out. If Borkey wants to do his, and we can make that happen, and we'll tweet them out from our Sports Talk Mississippi Twitter accounts and all that. We'll do that for sure.
Really good stuff. Somebody says Ole Miss's Pearl Jam's black because of the lyric. I know you'll be a star in somebody else's sky, but why can't it be mine?
That's a good one. That's a good. I don't mind that.
Oh gosh, Tyler, that's dark, but I hear you. You're playing along with the theme. I don't even know if I want to read.
No, don't read that out loud. That's a good one.
Good song though. There.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, a couple people asking for Spotify.
Yeah, well, we'll do that for sure. So.
Somebody says Dune Buggy by Presidents of the United States of America for Ole Miss because I can see their coach rocking out to that song for some reason.
Pete Golding, a big Pusa fan. I didn't know. I just like to picture him just sitting in his office like, lump sat alone. I can't see it. I got to be honest with you.
So he says Beamer's rooster because he can't be killed. That's funny.
Yeah. There's no way Pete Golding's not a widespread guy.
Oh, he's 100% a widespread guy.
There's no chance on this planet that he's not listening to jam bands.
I don't know how the nickname Panic Pete didn't take hold because, especially before he got the head coach haircut. He still, at least in press conferences and stuff and interviews, still being himself, a little loose and all that. But once he got the head job, he got the makeover.
Yeah,
the old look.
Yeah.
Was every other guy that you've ever seen at a jam band show before.
Yes. I mean, there's he looked like a dad at a jam band show.
Yeah.
Like still holding on to the glory years. So, Lebby looks like a guy you just see at any country concert.
Oh, yeah. He's going to see Zach Top for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's probably front row at Zach Bryan.
I know he was there. So, yeah.
You have Zach Top, Zach Bryan, Luke Bryan. How many Zachs and Bryans are in country music right now?
Zach Brown.
Zach Brown, jeez.
Yeah. a lot of Zachs.
We need
Zach Arnett.
I mean,
Zach Selman. You know, it's Zach's world. We're just living in it.
Apparently so.
Zach was a Lego maniac as well. I don't know if you knew that.
Somebody says it's widespread Pete. He's also, yes, he's a very big fan. But Panic Pete sounds better than widespread Pete.
Yeah.
But some people that don't know would think that we're saying that he panics.
Yeah.
But nah.
Pete has a favorite live album of every jam band for sure. There's no question about that.
He knows multiple songs from Pigeons playing ping pong.
Yeah.
Like that's how deep this goes for him.
The cuts are deep. So
we'll be back. Sports Talk Mississippi.
From to the sports. This is Sports Talk Mississippi.
Sounds good.
On Super Talk Mississippi.
So there's a social media account called Could Be the Move, is what it's called.
Okay.
They shared a post today. This blew my mind. I'm going to try it, too. It is a hot dog bun. Mm-hmm. Jelly on one side.
Uh-huh.
Peanut butter on the other side.
Yeah.
And instead of a hot dog, it's a banana.
I don't like bananas.
I love bananas. A peanut butter jelly banana hot dog sandwich.
That's not terrible.
I looked at that and I thought, there
have been worse ideas.
That probably checks out as pretty good.
Actually, yeah.
That probably works.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I can argue against just the engineering of it makes sense.
This is why have I never thought of that?
Banana would fit perfectly in a hot dog bun.
Yeah.
You smear it with the two condiments there, and you're good to go.
Do you ever buy hot dog buns to put things besides hot dogs in them?
Well, I don't buy hot dogs.
I think they're a better vessel than sliced bread for certain deli meat sandwiches.
I will say this: when I buy hot dog buns, I buy good ones. I don't have a problem spending cheap on hamburger buns. I'll do that. I'll go cheap on white bread, but for whatever reason, when because I'm going to grill a sausage, I'm not going to grill a hot dog. Mm-hmm. You know what those are made of? I get the bakery ones. So, but to answer your question, no, not really. Usually, it's going to be a grilled meat in tube form when I break out those buns.
Pulled meat on hot dog buns, yeah, Mississippi pot roast. I feel like, by the way, we've been talking to the chefs lately as part of our partnership with Visit Jackson. Mm-hmm. Mississippi pot roast needs to be more more thing.
Mainstream.
Yeah, I mean that needs to be our staple. It's really good. I mean, everybody's got a roast somewhere, but it's unique to us. It's really good. I feel like we should promote that more. You've got Kansas City, whatever.
There's some restaurants that are doing that now they're putting Mississippi pot roast in different forms, like sandwiches and sliders and things of that nature.
But that needs to be our thing, Like Memphis barbecue, Mississippi.
It's easy to do, too.
It's
easy. You don't even have to, not even talking about a crock pot. It's easy to, you get a couple of hours of smoke on it, then you put it in the braise and walk away, come back 3 hours later, you're done.
And it's amazing.
Yeah, it's pull apart tender. Give the peppercini industry a huge boost, too.
Yeah, it would.
Between them and Papa John's, where else do you get pepperoncinis nowadays?
Man, back before I had a human being that I was in part responsible for.
Yeah.
Sunday, watch the Saints, and while the Saints are going on, make an entire loaf of French bread. Big one.
Yeah.
And you pull out all the insides of it. So you really just kind of have the crust of the bread.
It's called canoeing, I believe.
Canoeing the bread and filling it with Mississippi pot roast topped with provolone cheese. eating that during the game, and the second the game ends, going to take like a 2.5-hour nap was the best thing. The best Sunday right there. It was so awesome. And now, obviously, I can't do that. But
well, you can look forward to doing that again in like 2046.
Yeah.
In 2046, you can probably get away with that.
Man, the empty nester era.
You'll only be like 60 at that point. How old will you be in 20 years?
54.
Oh, yeah, you're good. Good. Still got your whole life in front of you at that point.
Not if I keep eating like that.
You're right. Well, you're going to get away from that, though.
At least I
hot
think
dog
so.
and hamburger buns make great garlic bread. I have seen garlic bread hot dog buns before, yeah.
Somebody says Nutella instead of jelly. I do like
I would
Nutella.
go the other way with that, wouldn't you? You go
peanut butter.
Yeah, peanut butter and Nutella. That's a lot. It's a lot of sweetness happening there.
I mean, the way we're talking, we don't really need to be worried about health, but Nutella is horrendous for you.
I do like that. We've got the banana, though. That makes it healthy.
Exactly.
We put fruit in there.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, why don't you drizzle some honey over the top while we're working,
Hot honey was a great addition to everything. Life. Spicy honey. Oh, boy.
I started doing cocktail wieners instead of roast when doing the Mississippi-style recipe for parties. Huh. Cocktail wieners basically in gravy.
And ranch, pepperoni, pepper, gravy.
I've done a Mississippi pork roast. I've done the pork butt like that, and it comes out fantastic. It's really good.
It needs to be a staple of what we're doing, though. Sorry about yawning, guys.
Lisa says mayo instead of jelly. Lisa, I'm going to report you to the authorities. Peanut butter and mayonnaise with a banana?
Don't people do that? People do that.
Those people need to be not in jail, under the jail.
Peanut butter and mayo is a thing that people do, yeah.
My God, I just lost a year of my life just hearing about that. That's horrific.
Yeah, peanut butter and mayo sandwich. That's a thing.
No. What is wrong with y'all?
Started, as you can imagine, during a lot of American staple food started during the Great Depression.
I would be depressed if I had to eat a peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich. I promise you that.
I do love the internet. I Googled that, and it pulled up recipes. It's like, I feel like...
Do I really need that? Yeah.
Thanks for the help, but I can put one and two together.
One knife.
But there's going to be a novel written before that. College football fix. A lot of stuff to get to when we come back.
Take the friggin' wax out of your head. Did you hear me?
This is Sports Talk, Mississippi.
Woo! I say, sports fans.
Now, here's more on Super Talk, Mississippi.
Sports Talk Mississippi. We are moving fast today. Hope you guys are having fun out there we are in the smack middle of the offseason, although, like we told you at the beginning of the show, if you're just joining us, Saints training camp begins 3 weeks from tomorrow.
That is correct.
3 weeks from tomorrow. I'm Michael Borkey. He's Brian Hadad. We are so glad that you are with us, and we are so glad it's time for the College Football Fix.
The College Football Fix is driven by your Mississippi Ford dealers. Built Ford Tough. That's what the best-selling truck in America is, the Ford F-150. Guys, if you're trying to buy a new truck right now, this is a great time to do it. Don't waste any of your precious time shopping anywhere else. Visit your local Mississippi Ford dealers today. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
A few things to get to quickly. The NCAA is officially looking into Cincinnati, trying to figure out whether or not they knew that Brennan Sorsby was gambling on college football, or gambling at all, during his time there. Ross Dellinger was the one on it. The university is supposed to respond soon, although they have made it clear they do not think that they had any idea that he was gambling in any way, shape, or form. Sure. Just so happened to come out right after he decided to.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just right after he goes to Texas Tech, it comes out.
Yeah.
It's crazy, the timing of that. But yeah, apparently...
Crazy, man.
Apparently the NCAA about to look into Cincinnati.
All right.
Gambling is basically the only thing that the NCAA can do that is universally agreed to. Like, if Cincinnati gets in trouble, there won't be really any arguments against that decision.
Right.
So we'll see what comes of that. Probably nothing. It is the NCAA after all. But it's kind of about time, quite frankly. I think that they dragged their feet on this. It should have happened right away. But you know their process. So that's number one. It's an update to that story that's never going to end. Number two, we told you yesterday that the Big 12 has sold the jerseys and the field and the court of everybody.
Excited. Here we go.
Of everybody in the league for $20 million a year. Football and men's and women's basketball will have a Monster Energy patch on their jersey. By the way, BYU students are not allowed to consume it. I assume they will have a caffeine-free version.
Is there a caffeine-free version of Monster?
I would assume so, but I don't know for sure.
You got me curious.
I would love to know how BYU grapples with the promotion of an energy drink.
Monster does not offer a readily available caffeine-free version of its flagship energy drinks in the U.S. They are largely there are some in the past, but they are largely discontinued or restricted to specific international restaurant uses. That's crazy that they have to advertise
promote something they're not allowed to have.
Nobody in that stadium is allowed to drink. Hilarious.
That is funny. Yeah. But think about the value of that, guys. So the conference itself is going to be called the Monster Energy Big 12 Football, Monster Energy Big 12 Basketball. Yeah. So the naming rights of the conference have been sold. Patches on jerseys for every football, men's basketball, and women's basketball teams, and logo on the field and on the court. They sold that for $20 million, so just over $1 million per member of the conference.
Right.
Yesterday we were like, that seems low. That's a really low number.
Yeah.
UNLV, University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah, I know all about it.
Yeah, not in the big conferences. No.
They're the Mountain West.
They sold a jersey sponsor. Just jersey. Just jersey. Yeah. For $2.2 million a year.
Ooh.
So UNLV is getting just the jersey for double
so
what the Big 12 is getting for everything.
So friend of the show and my handsome young son, Stefan Krajnik, who covers Ohio State, tweeted about this morning. He said, Ohio State, you think, could get $20 million by themselves, right?
Probably.
So, like, the SEC, we may have way undershot yesterday when we said $100 million to start, or even $160 million to start.
There's reporting that Oklahoma turned down a jersey sponsor for $5 million a year.
I think
it wasn't enough.
I think it might have been closer to like $300 million. Like every school gets $20 million because if you who are the least? Vanderbilt and probably Texas, right? Probably the most visible, the least visible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Second would probably be Mississippi State and Georgia or Alabama, one of the two, right? If you balance them, you're probably around $20 million.
I would think so. To get jersey and field?
State would probably be around 10 to 12, and then Alabama would be closer to like 30.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think so. And if you're getting the field, now we're talking, for sure.
So,
and that's what they did for the whole conference. Like this is I'll tell you this. You got to ask Sankey about this. I'll be interested to see how you phrase the question. You got to be kind of delicate. He's not going to want to throw your mark under the bus or anything. But there's got to be basically I would just say as best you can, ballpark me. What's the valuation on that? If you wanted to do a whole deal for the conference, see if he's willing to give it to you.
They've explored it. There's a 100% chance they've explored it.
And the problem, the number is probably high enough that the only people who could afford to do it are Apple.
Yeah.
Companies that don't really need the exposure. So.
All right, next thing, because we're just hopping around.
Mm-hmm.
There is a 2029 wide receiver, said, obviously high school recruit, said he was blown away after earning his dream offer from Michigan following his participation in their summer camp, and he performed well, and Michigan extended an offer.
Good for him.
You want to know what his name is, Hadad?
Tom Brady.
Mario Manningham Jr.
It's another one. It's another one.
I remember that guy.
We've done it again. I mean,
Mario Manningham Jr.
This year we've seen what? Maurice Jones-Drew's son is committed to somebody.
I believe so.
There was another one recently that I was just like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. You got Marcus Spears' son is one of the top basketball players in the country, I believe.
Deuce McAllister's son is a high-profile recruit.
Yeah. And here we've been watching. What's funny is like we've been watching Eric Dampier Jr. since he was a 6th grader. He's just a 9th grader coming up, I believe. I think he's got another 4 years of hearing about him. He'll be a top 2 or 3 player in the country in basketball. I mean, it's just we ain't getting any younger, friend. Gosh, Mario Manningham Jr. You pair him with David Terrell Jr. and we can get Tom Brady Jr. out there, Jet Brady out there.
For some reason, it's worse because these guys are giving them their exact names, and it makes it worse. If his name wasn't Mario Manningham Jr., if it was
whatever Manningham, Joe Manningham, I'd be like, oh, that's Mario Manningham's kid. Okay, cool. Like Musha Muhammad's kid played for Texas A&M these past few years, right? And they just called him Moose, and I was like, that wasn't as bad. When the junior's on there, it makes it worse.
Mario Manningham, of course, went to Michigan. He was from Ohio and went to Michigan, though. Bit of a recruiting upset there. Spent a long time in the NFL, played with Eli at the Giants, was in San Francisco, was obviously a Super Bowl winner. Really good college player, has 19 NFL touchdowns, or had 19 NFL touchdowns in his career. And now he has a son that is receiving Big Ten offers.
Brother, won't be long now. My arrangements are already made. I'm not worried about it. Gosh, who's the Ole Miss player? Because I mean, I'm old enough. I remember seeing Archie play in the pros a little bit, right, when I was really young. So seeing Arch, his grandson, is one thing. But who's the Ole Miss player now that when you see so-and-so junior has been offered, is going to just make you go, oh, no.
So I haven't lived here forever, but when I see the first Ole Miss Manning take the field in an Ole Miss uniform, if that day ever comes.
So if Peyton's son were to come here.
Or Eli. I guess Eli doesn't have.
I don't know if he has a son.
Yet, but
I don't know.
That would be one that would hit hard. But hey, Dad, one that's going to destroy me, is when if Matt Corral has a son. Or
Matt Corral Jr.
That one will just. I might
You're
just
a good ways off from that one.
Climb into the coffin myself at that point.
Dak has 2 daughters, so I don't have that issue. Gosh, trying to think. If I saw Fletcher Cox's kid, Fletcher Cox Jr., something like that. Chad Bumpus has a son, but he's only 4, so I got a long way to go with him. But yeah, those are some of them. Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to think of somebody from the 90s. I mean, I guess at that point, you're my age at that point. So
somebody brought up on the text line. Terrence Metcalf.
Yeah, DK.
With DK.
But again, because it wasn't Terrence Metcalf Jr.,
right?
It wasn't as bad.
It's the junior.
Dexter McCluster Jr. That one would hurt if that happened.
SuperTalk Mississippi. That's your college football fix, driven by Ford.
To Sports Talk Mississippi.
Are you ready?
On the SuperTalk app, supertalk.fm, and always on your local SuperTalk Mississippi station.
Here's one I want to ask you.
Eli apparently does have a son, by the way, so that one will hit hard.
So somebody says Knox Kiffin at Ole Miss. Now, obviously, that's not going to happen.
No.
But I do have a question. Do you think they send him mail?
Probably.
So, a couple weeks ago, I got my youngest got one from Ole Miss. got like we'd love to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. So I just took a picture of it and I sent it to Keith Carter and I was like, you guys can stop wasting postage. Like, you got a better chance. I said this. I said, like, you got a better chance of Lane coming back than this happening. And of course, it was on Father's Day. I was like, Happy Father's Day to you. And he's like, oh, man, we'd love to get a Hadad in red and blue. I think she'd look great. So I was just thinking, like, can you imagine the Kiffin household? They get a letter from Ole Miss like, Knox, we'd love to have you on campus for a visit. Like, maybe take his name out of the database. That's 2 times. Did I ever tell you about the time the Ole Miss guy called me?
No.
So I went to a game at Ole Miss, and I got a parking pass. So that puts you into the system, right? They get your email and they get your phone number. This guy calls, and he's like, hey, is this Mr. Hadad? And I'm like, yeah, close enough. And he's like, well, I'm so-and-so with Ole Miss football, and I just, I saw that you attended a game with us last year and was wondering if you might be interested in purchasing season tickets this year. And I just chuckled. It's like, son, like, I know
I hope you're getting paid by the hour, not by commission.
Your job, but you probably could not have called a bigger Mississippi State fan than me. And so I'm going to have to politely decline. And he started laughing. He's like, no, it's fine. We just have the list. I was like, all right.
Jeez.
So, got some good names here on the C Spire text line. So let's throw these out here. Ben Jarvis Green Ellis Jr.
Oh, gee. I remember the law firm.
Would that hurt? That one would hurt. Isn't Todd Wade's son a high-caliber recruit? I don't know.
I have no idea, but, I mean, he's got the bloodline for it.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody mentions Josh Morgan's son. So Josh Morgan played at Mississippi State along with both of his brothers. Now he's the head coach at Warren Central, where his son Nash is the star quarterback, and he is committed to Mississippi State to make a third generation of Bulldogs from the Morgan family. There. So that's one. Jackson Dart Jr. There's no way Jackson Dart is naming his son Jackson Dart Jr. It's going to be something like, Slade.
Slade Dart, yeah.
Slade Dart.
Slash.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Flash. Oh, his brother is Flash, isn't it? What's his brother?
Diesel.
Diesel.
But I don't believe that's his given name.
Well, this is going to be Dart's kid's given name.
And it's going to be spelt incorrectly
Monster.
Too.
Something like that.
Yeah, monster with a Y somehow.
M-H-A-N, monster.
Yeah.
M-H-A-N-S-T-E-R. Monster. Monster Dart. Oh, my God, that'd be incredible. Anthony Dixon Jr. That would be, there were a bunch of Dixons who played up here, but yeah, that would be, that one would be good. Jeremiah Masoli Jr. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Let's see here. Eric Moulds. Eric Moulds had a son that played college football. So that wouldn't be that bad. Laramie Tunsil Jr. Tunsil, I don't think.
Tunsil, too.
Yeah, Tunsil. That feels like a Tunsil the second.
Remember when Houston Nutt got on TV and called him Jeremy Tinsel?
Yeah. Todd Wade's son already committed to Ole Miss. Okay, I can believe that.
There you go.
So, let's see here. Tommy Tuberville III. No. Will Rogers Jr. We'll see. Winsome Frazier currently has a kid playing football in college. That would hurt. I don't think he's playing anymore. I think he's graduated. I remember him playing like 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know if he's still going or not.
Somebody says Mac Prescott.
Mac Prescott. I would think it would be Zach Prescott.
Man, if I was a Cowboys fan, anytime he threw a pick or something, that was Mac Prescott.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem.
Alter ego.
Is that his name isn't Dak, it's Dakota.
Right,
so is he Makota?
Makota.
Zakota Prescott?
Zakota.
And, of course, that's not his first name either. So
I don't know what his first name is.
Rain. R-A-Y-N-E. Rain Dakota Prescott.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Tennessee
should invite Knox Kiffin. Goodness gracious. I love it.
Somebody sent us this from USA Baseball. New regulations beginning in 2028. High school athletes, apparently, according to USA Baseball, will be allowed to use bats that carry the new USA BB Core mark or a USA bat that is a drop 4, 5, or 6 mark.
I don't know what any of this stuff means.
So the drop is the weight of the bat, essentially. It's the difference between its length and its inches and its weight in ounces is the denotation of that.
Okay.
But right now, if I remember it correctly, it's a drop 3 bat, so it's a heavier bat for high school and college. They are reducing how heavy the bats are for high school baseball by a pretty significant margin. Like drop 6 is like a middle school weight. This is going to hurt somebody. Most high school baseball players, they can swing a drop 6 and it's okay. Thing. I don't know why they make this decision. It screams danger, though. It's dangerous.
So it's going to make the bat lighter.
It's going to make the bat lighter. Now,
so you can get around quicker, should have some more power in your swing.
And now think about some of the elite high school baseball players that hit the ball a freaking mile already and give them a much lighter bat.
Yeah, Jacob Parker in high school would have been a problem.
Think about that.
Bat, yeah.
Truly, I don't baseball dads out there, tell me if there was a reason for this that makes sense to you. If there was a problem with the bat being too heavy. But there's a reason that they swing heavier bats at that level. The pitchers against these elite college prospects or pro prospects in high school are in danger if they're out here swinging drop 6s. It's nonsense is what that is. Unless there's something I'm missing. Again, it's been a while since I played competitive baseball in the circuit, if you will. I did the travel ball thing like everybody. Mm-hmm. So if there's a reason why, y'all let me know. Because on the surface, this makes no sense. And, oh gosh, who was the kid, Hadad, that just got drafted from Mississippi?
JoJo Parker?
With the Pirates.
Oh, Connor Griffin.
Connor Griffin, to no fault of his own, every pitcher he faced in high school would have been in danger. Like real danger, not typical baseball danger. Yeah. Like Connor Griffin could send that kid to the hospital. Danger. Yeah. With how strong and powerful he was, swinging a lighter bat. Mm. Crazy town is what that is.
Well, baseball has become this. It's become a little bit of home run or nothing. And so, giving opportunity to hit more home runs, I guess, is just kind of where they are. And there'll be draft coming up, right? Is it this weekend?
Yeah, soon. Steven says it's about the smaller schools with less talent.
It starts Saturday.
My counter to that would be the smaller schools without talent in basketball. Do you shrink the goal? Do the 1A schools play on an 8-foot instead of a 10-foot because they're not as talented? Right. Do you let the golf team bring 16 clubs instead of 14 because they're not as talented? I think you got to regulate. I don't know. I'm not smart like that. Somebody says, yes, drop 3 is the standard. Even my 12U team can use no more than a drop 3. So 12-year-olds, hey, Dad, are using bats that are significantly heavier than what in 28 the high school kids are going to be able to use now. Mm-hmm. That screams problem to me. But again, I don't know.
I like this. Going to start using in the circuit. Been a while since I was in the college bar circuit.
Heck yeah.
You can always go back to the college bar circuit. They're always open for business.
Somebody says, wouldn't lighter lessen home runs? I don't necessarily care about lessening home runs. Maybe the lighter bat has an exit velocity that's slower, but I doubt it.
I would think the weight of the bat isn't the problem. It's how fast can I swing now? How hard can I swing? If I've got a lighter bat, I can swing harder. Just make that's just my thought process on it.
Could that be an antidote to faster pitching? But if you make the game faster, I hear you. And look, golf needs an equipment adjustment. Sports do that, right? Mm-hmm. But I keep thinking about the high-level prospects. And maybe we shouldn't regulate because of the 1%, if you will. Mm-hmm. But every player on Ole Miss and Mississippi State and Southern Miss's team faced pitchers that really had no business throwing against them. And if you make it even, the swings even faster, one of these guys is going to send a ball with an exit velocity at 120 miles an hour right at the head of a 16-year-old pitcher. I don't know. But again, baseball dads, help me out, because I would love to understand why, if there is a reason why. But on the surface, this doesn't look good. This doesn't make sense. But I'd love to know. Help me out. Sports Talk Mississippi, 601-879-4395, the C Spire text line.
From the SuperTalk, SuperTalk Mississippi. Introducing to you Sports Talk Mississippi.
A lot of your text on the text line about this. High school baseball.
I understand, no, because I didn't ever play a minute of organized baseball.
Going from drop 3 bats all the way down to drop 6 if you want, which again is a weight thing. It's a length and weight thing. And it's been a long time since I've been involved in youth baseball. It's been a long time, but I remember the bat thing and having to get heavier bats and the adjustment that it took as a player to get there. And so I wondered, what's the point of this? It seems dangerous, and a lot of your texts, so we'll get to as many as we can. Somebody says if you get hit in the head with a baseball at 110 versus 120, do you think that 10 miles an hour makes a huge difference? Counterpoint. Do you think you are more likely to get out of the way of a 100-mile-an-hour ball or a 90-mile-an-hour ball?
I mean, it makes sense. And look, we're talking about milliseconds here, right?
Yes.
But, I mean, that's the difference. So,
will college ever go to wooden bats? No. Because there are programs that simply couldn't afford it.
Yeah. You'd have guys that they break their bat, and they're like, well, you don't have a bat anymore.
Somebody says, my son will be a senior this season and will play college baseball. This is a terrible idea. Glad you brought it up. Josh says, money is the reason why. Buy a drop 3 bat, and it lasts a while. Now, people will want to buy the new lighter bats. It's about money and nothing else. Let's see. Somebody says, it's been a while since I had physics, but force and momentum are both products of weight and mass. So you might be able to swing a lighter bat faster, but its momentum may not be more because it doesn't have the same mass as a heavier bat. I love that. Science Talk Mississippi here. Let's see. My 12-year-old hasn't grown up quite yet. I don't know if that's
say that.
You can? Okay, I don't know. I'm the one that gets the crap for saying the bad stuff on here.
That's not a bad word. That's okay. Normal, totally normal word.
Okay. My 12-year-old hasn't hit puberty yet, and a drop 3...
Oh, my God, I didn't know you were going to say that.
Gosh, dang it.
I'm just kidding.
And a drop 3 makes him look like he's swinging a bat made of bricks. I feel like it will alter his swing. All these years of travel ball and lessons will be in vain since he's having to learn how to swing again. Also, bats used to be drop 5 until just before I got to high school. But your 12-year-old's not in high school. Yeah. We're talking about high school here.
Yeah. That's funny, by the way.
Dan says, that was great. Some kid's going to throw his back out with a lighter bat. Let's see. Baseball. I'm a baseball tournament director, and we mandate 13 and under to swing a drop 5. 14s must swing a drop 3. If a 13U team plays in the 14U division, they must swing drop 3. We've seen too many kids get hurt as is. So I assume based on that message, you are very strongly against the 18-year-olds using those extreme light bats, but really appreciate you. Somebody says, this is Tommy, says, too many high school kids can't swing a drop 3 effectively. I coached high school baseball for 20 years. The drop 6, though, is a bit much. I would like to go to 4 and go back to 2 and 3/4 inch barrels. Keep up the great work, gentlemen. Love the show. Well, we love you and thank that.
We appreciate you. Thank you. Borkey is doing all the work in this segment. I got nothing to add.
All right, somebody says, I came in at the very end of the conversation, so I looked it up since I have a son who will be a freshman and playing on his freshman team at school. USA certified bats are the least hot bats out there. Dixie Youth Baseball and Dixie Boys Baseball, 13 to 14, requires USA bats or BB Core drop 3 if strong enough to swing it, both of which my son played over the years and had to swing. USSSA are the preferred bat in travel ball, and a few out there are dangerously, quote, hot. BB-Core bats have more pop or hotter than USA, and I feel that most high school or junior high kids will continue to swing a drop 3 BB-Core versus a USA 5 or 6, even though it's lighter. Very detailed. Really appreciate you. That's good stuff there. Jake says it would be an interesting thing to see the physics on. Examples being a lighter hammer will work you to death compared to heavier. Maybe bats are similar. Hope so. Somebody says, all with a lot of exclamation points, stop playing so much travel ball.
Youth sports, man, have been a big topic these past couple of days between this and the soccer debate going on around the country.
Well, I hated what Alexi Lawless said about that in particular. Just, well, what do you want them to do? Not make money? Yes, I would prefer stuff about kids be about the kids and not trying to make money. That would be great, actually.
That would be fantastic. And it would also be beneficial to the sport that we're all trying to get better at here.
Yeah, there is, and we've had this conversation before, but this is just a reminder that youth sports becoming big business is bad. It's bad. Travel ball's fine if it's not for profit, if it's benefiting the kids, if you're in it as a volunteer and not an employee, if you care about development and camaraderie and teaching the game and not... Hey, Dad, I had somebody tell me who's involved in baseball. My son was kind of interested in baseball. We practiced a few times, and he's like, it's not for me. I don't like it. I want to play soccer and golf. That's what I want to do. I don't want to play baseball. Sorry, Dad. And I was like, that's fine. I don't care.
It's fine.
But we were at the batting cage, and there was a local coach giving lessons to one of his players. And he told me, two things. My son is 6. He said, you're already behind, but if you want to catch up, you'll drop everything else, and you'll do full-time. And he was trying to sell me on his team. You'll do full-time with my team, and you got to do it now. He's like, you got to drop it now. You got to go full-time now.
Do you watch the TikToks with the guy who's like the 8 and under coach?
No.
It's like it's a parody. He's like, hey guys, before we get out of here, let me say something real quick. And he's like, if you want to be playing silver, gold, you got to be listening to what I say. Otherwise, we just go play magenta. All right? No, we're not going to go have snack time in between games. I've rented out that field over there. We're going to practice like a bunch of 6-year-olds.
Yeah.
I'm not. You're not selling me on that.
Like, you're telling me that a 6-year-old is behind on a sport, and I need to drop his other interest so he can travel the South with you?
Yeah.
No.
But
he's in that gentleman was in it for the money. Well, he didn't want to help.
Right.
He wanted another monthly payment out of me. He's not going to get it.
No.
But this is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, and somebody earlier, I missed the message because it was earlier, but it was most high school kids can't swing those heavy bats and it affects their play. Mm-hmm. I hear you. And so I don't know what the correct answer is because I'm kind of a person pointing out a problem without a solution, and I don't like that guy. I don't like being that guy. If I'm going to say there's a problem, I would like to immediately offer a solution to follow. But I do think that safety has to come into play at some point.
Yeah.
And a 16 and 17-year-old should be able to swing a drop 3, and if they can't, that's not the bat's problem.
Right.
And that's a little harsh because not everybody. I mean, I'm 6'2". I was able to do stuff like that younger. Not everybody is 6'2". There's a lot of kids that want to play baseball that aren't that tall and strong. But I would love to know the rationale behind this. Fascinating stuff. And I know this is big. Youth baseball is big in this state, and so this is going to affect a lot of you.
Look at the engagement we're getting here on the C Spire text line. People are obviously, I think there's a mix of concern and questioning. What I haven't seen is a lot of excitement. Yeah. What I haven't seen is anybody texting like, "This is the right move. This is what we should be doing." I'm not seeing that. So if you're one of those people, text us at 601-879-4395. Let us know why you think this is the correct move for youth baseball.
When you've got, it's pretty telling when certain people weigh in. It's less about the opinions and more about who has them sometimes anyway. Mm-hmm. When you've got a tournament director that's like, whoa, hold on, what? That should tell you something, I think.
Yeah.
At least to me. And I've seen some commentary already, former players and stuff saying, hey, no, don't do this, guys. That, like, an organization like the MHSAA should step in and say, we're not changing. It's drop 3 in high school here in Mississippi. Because I think they can do that, right? They don't have to adhere to a national standard, do they?
I can't imagine they do, but I could be wrong. But I don't know.
These lighter bats are not good for high school. Youth parents are the worst. They all think their kids are major league players. I saw on Facebook a commitment graphic for a U8 baseball, a player committing to a U8 baseball team on Facebook.
That's rough.
A commitment graphic with a whole spiel about, thank my teammates and everybody that got.
With that being said,
and it was a dad announcing his son's intentions to play for a specific travel team on Facebook. I saw that.
That's a rough one.
Luckily for us, I don't think we have to worry about college commitments. Unless it's in the STEM building.
I don't have any concerns whatsoever along those lines. You might. I could see James being a good athlete.
Yeah, it looks like golf is natural. I think golf's going to be his thing. He seems to just pick it up right away. Every new thing with golf, he's like, okay, and does it. And without even thinking about it, and just can do it. I think he's a natural golfer. But somebody says it's the correct move for junior high, who are hurting themselves swinging the bigger bats, but high school shouldn't change.
There you go.
Makes sense.
It does.
That makes sense. 601-879-4395. We'll wrap the show up with you next.
Sports Talk Mississippi continues.
Johnny let his baby brother sleep to the back door.
Welcome back one more time with you, Sports Talk Mississippi. What are you going to do for the rest of the week, Hadad?
I've got some good stuff lined up.
You got 2 shows and an extra hour to do.
And of course, Friday I'll be live in Corinth for the annual Slug Burger Festival.
I'm jealous.
Well, you remember the last time we were up there, you drank a bunch of weird sodas.
That was so much fun.
So you don't have to do that this year.
No, but the Slug Burgers were good.
I will not be doing it. So, but yeah, looking forward to being in Corinth on Friday. So join me there from 3 to 6. We'll be live at the Slug Burger Festival. We're going to have some fun. We'll get some good interviews. I already mentioned Coach James Beatty from Northwest Community College. We've had him on many times before to talk about his program that continues to win national championships at Northwest. But he is also a fan of and a man of the beautiful game and a native son of Scotland. So I want to talk to him about his World Cup experience and talk about the World Cup a little bit. I'm going to try to see if we can keep the soccer going here on Sports Talk Mississippi. Just because the Americans are out, there's still a lot of great sports. We don't have any other sports going on right now. Let's embrace this, guys. The games are good. So we'll see what happens. We'll talk some college football. Who knows what else? Maybe a little MLB draft.
What are you going to do here in a little bit?
Talk some college football. Maybe some MLB draft. just see where it goes.
See where it goes.
Yeah.
I still can't get over this peanut butter, jelly, and banana hot dog.
Sometimes it's crazy, and you see it all the time on Instagram and TikTok, these people who just come up with these little hacks. And it's like, why couldn't I have been the first person to think of that? Why wasn't I the one who realized that, hey, freeze your berries and then shave them over your ice cream.
Or the Snuggie.
Yeah.
I mean, those people made a killing. It's just...
Oh, you're talking about the blanket?
Give the blanket arms and legs.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Why didn't I think of that? That's why I'm not an inventor.
I mean, and if you ever catch yourself sitting down thinking of ideas, that you never come up with anything good.
Right. Yeah, I never come up with anything like that, no.
But how many times have you been under a blanket and turned and it exposed part of your leg or what? It didn't stay with you. And some joker gets on, what is it, QVC? With hey, here's my blanket that has arms and legs that you just slip into, and they make millions of dollars. Why not us, Hadad?
Well, we're just not bright enough.
Apparently not.
Simple as that.
We still have not worked on our hot sauces.
We haven't done anything.
Why haven't we done the hot sauces?
We haven't done the seasoning. We haven't done the merch store. We haven't done anything.
Well, I'm making some headway on the merch store. I'll tell you about it at Media Days.
Let me tell you something right now. We're coming up on, this will be my 8th year with this show. And we've been talking about a merch store. We talked about that in the interview where I was hired.
Did you really?
Yeah, we mentioned it.
Really?
We got brought up would we consider doing this? Oh yeah, that's something we consider. And there we are. I don't know.
Well, I've got this.
All right. I'm gonna trust you.
I've got this.
Let's make sure that my NIL stuff happens for me. All right, I gotta get my cut of this. You're gonna put this beautiful face.
Your cut is your salary. That's your cut.
No,
we're not putting your face on any of it.
Why would
we want to sell it?
Could be
my face isn't going on it either.
It could be a repellent. What's that out there? It's my scare Hadad.
And I mean the Turtle Savers Club. We gotta.
Yeah.
We need to have a sticker that you put on your car. Something subtle that, if you see another one, you're like, hey.
Yeah. Oh, that guy. He's a member of the Turtle Savers Club. Exactly.
How'd you get that? I can't tell you. You have to know.
You just have to be in the know. Exactly. We'll see.
Man. So the Giants did not have a no-hitter.
They did not get no hit, which doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Tony Vitello, not long from back. He'll be back in college. I'll tell you that I would say opening day 2028 of the college baseball season, Tony Vitello will be in a dugout somewhere. Maybe back at Tennessee. Maybe he'll take over from Van Horn in Arkansas. Who knows? But he will be back in the college game sooner rather than later. This has been an awful, failed experiment. I'm sorry that my team had to be the one that did it. I did say, though, and you heard me say it, that they've been going 81 and 81 basically every year for the last 3 or 4 years. This year was either going to be this really works and they win 100 or it really doesn't work and they lose 100. They are well on their way to losing 100. Well on their way.
Well, congrats, Arkansas. You might finally get a national championship.
It'd be funny if he got up there and he couldn't win one either. It's like Arkansas is the problem, not Van Horn.
I am out for the rest of the week. I will see you guys on Monday. Hadad's got you tomorrow and Friday. Thank you guys for making our show a part of your day. Wherever you are, however you listen, does not matter as long as you're here. We have prolific haters on the text line. One said that you had no opinions on this baseball thing, which is typical for you. You don't have any insights at all. And then my hater is super glad that I'm going to be off the next couple of days. So, equal opportunity haters on the text line, I guess. But
it works.
Hadad will see you guys tomorrow, and he will also see you in just a few minutes for a Thunder and Lightning Wednesday.
Oh, it's incredible!
A SuperTalk Mississippi media production.